Hi Paul, and those of you out there that follow my videos. Here is what we got out of the mold. Oops. This is the start of your 1 ounce ring, and we got a really good starting point. A lot of people ask me. I got a couple of questions that I want to answer for some people, and just a little quick tidbit for you. A lot of people ask me why I use a mold rather than a sheet or whatever to make the ring. First of all, I try to stay as traditionally as I can. Second thing is, I like working from the starting point. I could work from a sheet and get pretty much the same result, and it's more of a traditional type thing than anything else. So that's pretty much why I do it. Second question is, why don't I make it to the exact size? Well, with any metal, and this is why 24K and 22K get such a bad rap, is people try to do it in the modern form, meaning if you've got a customer that wants a size 10 ring, they will pour a size 10 ring. They won't pour it smaller and then work the metal. This falls into the same question. Will 24K and 22K hold up? Well, yeah, it will if it's done correctly. The Asians have been doing it now for about 2,000 years, wearing 24 karat. Indonesia and India wear a lot of 22K, and they've been doing that for about the same amount of time, right straight out of the ground. So when you're making this kind of ring, the only way you can do it and that it's going to hold up over time is to work it, just like steel or aluminum or whatever metal you're working. It gets harder the more you work it, more you hammer it, more you try to shape it. Then we do something which is called annealing, which is heating it up till it gets cherry hot or just before that, and that loosens up those molecules again, and we can start working that metal all over again, pretty much from the point at which you poured it. And the key is trying to get it so it stays at a hardness that's going to hold up over time, rather than being soft. You don't want to heat it right when you get to the exact size you want, because then it's as soft as it is. So when people try to do 22K or 24K, and they do it in a modern way, the same way they do like a 9, 10 karat, 14 karat ring, they'll pour it to the exact size, and then they'll sand it and polish it and put it out for sale, and that's not gonna hold up. It's never been worked. That works for those lower carat weights, because like 14K is almost unworkable by hand. It's so hard, and it's so crumbly that if you heat it and then try to hammer it, it's just going to fall apart on you. You can sometimes get away with it. I've done it, but it's really difficult to do, and you don't want the hassle. Just pour it to the size, sand it, polish it, ready to go. And that's what's done with those carats. They do that for speed, and also they get a little bit more money for it. They're selling 14K for what a 22K or 24 karat piece sells for. On the retail end of things, they're making a boatload of money. So that's the reason why you have to work the metal. It doesn't matter what it is. Whether, like I said, whether it be steel, aluminum, the more you work it, the harder it gets. Good example, we've all used like a coat hanger. We've locked our keys in the car, tried to bend out a coat hanger, and you want to break it off, so you start bending it, and you're working it, and it finally snaps. Same way with a paper clip. If you're fooling around with a paper clip and work it back and forth, it'll finally snap. That's working that metal. It's getting harder and harder and harder, until you finally reach a point where it won't expand or bend anymore. It just breaks in two, which is the whole point of you doing that. So Same basic principle here. The more you work it and work it and work it and work it, the harder it gets, to where it's at its hardest state that you can possibly get 24K, and then it will break or snap, just like a 14 karat or a 10 karat or whatever. So I hope I answered those two questions for you as clearly as I possibly could. That's why I do it this way. I like pouring it in this particular ring. I like pouring it in a mold. This in the 2 ounce. Excuse me, tongue's getting twisted. 2 ounce ring. I pour a mold, or make a mold, simple donut mold like this one. Not to the size. This one's, I think it's right now, it's like at about a size 8 probably, and this gentleman wants it at a size 12. So I'm going to be working that metal a lot. The other thing is that, yeah, you can wear those carat weights, and they'll work just as good as any 14 karat ring out there. They might be a little bit softer, but it's very, very wearable. It just all depends on what you're doing and how you work the metal. If you don't work it, it's going to be a piece of junk. So anyways, I hope I answered this. I'm going to put this up on YouTube now, Paul. Like I said, this is the start of your ring. We got a really good one here. It's going to be a really nice ring for you. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.